everybody, welcome to Cooking with Gina. My name is Gina Virginia Casella. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gina Virginia Casella, and I'd love for you to join my Facebook group, Dragon Dreams, and don't forget to pick up a copy of one of my books on Amazon.ca. So today, Cooking with Gina, what am I making? Actually making some leftovers. And so for leftovers, I've got some green lentils, some rice, the special ketchup red sauce, some carrots that I boiled, and then I've got this yellow snap pea with tomatoes, sauce, and potatoes, and baby bok choy. That was the other ingredient in there. So I'm basically just going to reheat it. The green lentils, I think what I'm going to do is make this into a stir fry. And the green lentils, I'm going to do a part 2 tomorrow where I transform those into patties or something. Maybe add some garlic into it. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. All right, so I got my soup in a pot. I've got it on high just to bring it up to a boil. My rice I'm going to put in here, but I think what I'm going to do is I have some spicy oil. My dad squashed a bunch of red hot chili peppers with olive oil in the summertime. So I'm just going to put that on the bottom. Turn this which way? This way here. I'm going to turn it on 4. I find this element to be a bit hot, or the stove to be hot, I should say. And oh, I'm still getting used to this oven. This element in particular, it's like this big. And then if you're using a pot like I am, that doesn't, that's not that big. There's 2 sides here. One is for the whole thing. One is just for like half of it. So it looks like I've got it on the right setting. Anyway, so I'm just wondering, what are you having today? What do you do with your leftovers? Sometimes I completely transform my leftovers. And one of my favorite things to do is just to make a stir fry out of it or to put it all in a soup. I like to make tacos out of it or wraps. But sometimes it's nice just to keep it the way it is. Today I'm adding some spicy olive oil sauce to it, but other than that, I'm not really transforming it. So I'm wondering about you. So my soup's already ready. This kind of soup, I don't know how to describe it, but it was on the thick side intentionally. So I blended it up. So anyways, I'm just going to leave it in the pot to keep it nice and warm. But I'll leave it, take it off the element so it stops cooking. My oil here, it's starting to thin, so that's good. And I don't know if you can see the, the red just flashed, but it's the right size. So I'm wondering, how's your Saturday going? Today was my first time doing the Descent into the Pine Tree Forest live with folks on Zoom. There was a part 1 and part 2. Part 1 was the focus was just on the pine tree forest. It went really well. And then the second part was exploring that. And so nobody showed up for the second part, but we recorded it in a way that anybody can watch it online. And I ended up getting in connection with some of the owl folk. And I think that the owl folk are really interesting, and the whole point of doing this at least once a month, every 4 Saturdays really, the first quarter moon, is for us to connect. So if anybody out there is dreaming about owls, for example, like I wonder what the information I shared out today, how that would resonate with you. If you'd be like, oh, that sounds familiar, I know who you're talking about, or oh, I know what you mean, but they present themselves in this way. I would really love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments. I'm also wondering, yesterday when I made myself lunch, I ate it. I felt good. I was nice and full. But like a few hours later, it was like I was starving and I didn't eat all day. And I noticed that keeps happening to me. Like I just out of nowhere, it's like I'm hungry and I need to bite into things and I feel like I need food now. So I wonder, is that just a thing when somebody's transitioning into vegan cuisine? Somebody I was chatting with mentioned that I'm eating a lot of vegetables. Vegetables are nutritious, but they're mostly full of water. And so seemingly it's like I'm eating a lot, but really I'm not eating a lot. So they suggested that, even something like rice that's starchy, that I eat more rice to help fill me up. And then we had a little laugh because, I love starchy things like rice and bread. And of course, you can't just live off of those things. So something like lentils, I'm going to have to increase the portion size. And I have a healthy appetite, so I'm okay with increasing my portion size, but it's got to be increased with things like lentils, things that are high in protein, so that I'm, getting my nutrition, but also that I'm staying full. And I'm wondering about you if you can relate. So I just got my rice and carrots here in the frying pan. And what I like to do, I forgot to turn the camera on, but those of you who are getting to know me, you might have noticed whenever I fry something up, I like to get the oil nice and thin, nice and hot, and then I spread the rice out. That way it has like an opportunity to soak up that oil. And as soon as I added the rice, I could smell the spiciness from the sauce. So it got me excited, but it also made me feel like, uh-oh, I hope I didn't add too much. I like it spicy, but we'll see how this turns out. Some of you are experienced, well-seasoned cooks. Some of you are new to the kitchen. And in case you're wondering, I'm not being too quick to stir it around because the point was for the rice to absorb the oil on the bottom. Anything that you're cooking, you don't want to stir it too much. There is a such thing as overworking it. Like if you're making dough for your pie, you might be really in there working the dough, but at some point you need to stop. Otherwise it becomes too hard. The texture, the chemistry starts changing, if you will. And I find with things like rice and pasta, they just turn into like sogginess. So, yeah. So I'm just going to scooch my rice over to the side here, kind of blend it together. And then the lentils, I'm just going to pile that on top of the rice. So the rice is, I don't know if you can see it, it has like a shininess to it. It's on the oily side, but I know I'm adding more stuff to it. So I'm just going to add the lentils. And I'm adding extra. And folks that I live with, they might eat this, they might not. If it's still in the fridge tomorrow, like I said, I'll make something out of it. If I wanted to add more onion or something like that, I could, but I don't feel like I want to or need to. And sometimes when I reheat things, I don't add any oil. I actually just add a little bit of water, and then I put a lid on top, and it gets like nice and there's like a nice hot moisture in there that keeps the food. It just like brings it right back to life, and then it doesn't stick on the bottom. Part of me wants to put this into tacos. Maybe I will. I don't know. Do you think I should? Should I have tacos? So I'm just spreading this around. And I don't know if you can see, but right here I've got a blob of that red sauce. So I'm just going to put it in there and just let it melt. It's on the hard side right now. If you didn't watch Cooking with Gina yesterday, it doesn't really look like much here in my frying pan, but telling you, it's a really tasty sauce and it's easy to make. You just squirt in a bunch of ketchup, add a bunch of sugar, add some soya sauce, some vinegar, and some garlic powder, and it's like the best sauce ever. And it's like candied caramelized, if you will. So it's like a hard ball of candy ketchup right now, just kind of melting. So I'm going to start just tidying up. Today's a quick cooking with Gina, and that's nice. And you know what? On Saturdays, I think this might be a little bit of a routine. I don't know about you, but like every Friday, religiously for like 7 or 8 years, I would have pizza tuna night. So I would order pizza for myself, and my cats, Rosie and Spooky, they would get tuna. And Spooky, he passed away in 2021 from a urinary tract infection. And I didn't know this at the time, but apparently a lot of cats, male cats in particular, die of that because they eat food like canned tuna, which I didn't know any different. And essentially, I killed him with kindness because the canned tuna, the way it's processed, the males and females get crystals, but the males, the tube is too skinny, the urinary tract, and so the crystals can't pass through, and they basically start creating a blockage. And so that's what happened to him. And so I stopped feeding. The pizza continued, but the tuna came to a prompt halt. So Rosie eats a different kind of cat food now. It comes right from the veterinarian, and it says OS on it, which I forget what it stands for, but it's for like cats who might be sensitive to bladder infections. So she's like cut right off of canned tuna, which was initially really hard for her. But so I kept ordering myself pizza on Fridays, and Rosie gets her other treat. And even if I don't order pizza, I still call it pizza tuna night, even though Rosie hasn't had tuna in like, what's 2024, almost 2025. She hasn't had tuna in almost 4 years. I still call it pizza tuna night. And whenever I have a snack at nighttime, I call it toast and tea. But I honestly haven't had toast and tea in like probably since the summertime. And I just call it toast and tea. Whether I have toast and tea, it doesn't matter. And it's just to, I guess, remind me to have something light before bed. And, instead of reaching for the chips or whatever, which I'm totally guilty of, just a little reminder to myself, like toast and tea. It doesn't sound exciting, but really, it is exciting, and the texture is good, and it gets the kitchen smelling good, and it's a lot better for you than eating junk food. And I just feel more connected. Sometimes I'll have toast and tea for lunch with some fruit, and it's just good. Homemade is best made. So anyways, I wonder if you can relate to that. And since cooking with Gina is just a short one today, part of me feels like, oh good, now I have extra time with you. But I'll see you on Saturdays. Next Saturday, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Dragon Dreams Oracle. So I'm really looking forward to that. And anyways, I'm just going to put you on pause and get things organized here. All right, so the time has come. So something I wanted to mention earlier was yesterday I didn't order any takeout. Sometimes tuna pizza night is on a Saturday night. And just as my schedule changes, it's like sometimes pizza tuna night changes. And years ago, when I first started having pizza tuna night, it was kind of like a treat day, if you will, because I'd have those days where I just wanted to come home from work and hit the takeout. And I'd also have those days where I really genuinely didn't have the money to be hitting the takeout. And then I would feel like low self-esteem about that. And so it was just like a shift in my attitude that, get through your work week. And Friday That's when you can have your pizza and your wine. And I would come home and I'd have like a little dance party by myself. It was fantastic. And Rosie and Spooky, they'd have their tuna. And when Spooky passed away, Rosie and I, we kept partying, if you will. So I've got a big portion here, and that's intentional. And if I remember, I'll let you know if I'm still hungry or not in a few hours. Okay. Maybe this was a little bit too much. I don't know. Okay, so just give me a moment here. All right, folks. Things are getting pretty real here. Just gonna add some salt, some pepper, and if you're wondering what I'm drinking summer fruits with hibiscus, herbal tea from Lipton. So I'm just drinking at room temperature. I had it in a big bottle. I had it in a bottle like this with water. And usually my rule of thumb is 1 tea bag per 1 liter. Okay, this is leftovers. All I did that's different was add the spicy olive oil, chili oil to it. And I think that's where I want to start. And my ketchup sauce, I just kind of like mixed it, broke it up in there. It tastes really good and earthy. Oh, definitely has a kick to it. And I just got a nice bite of like pepper, and then I got a really nice bite of that ketchup sauce that I made. So good. Carrots really good. I want to eat more carrots right now, but I think I'll save those for the photo that I'm going to take. My soup. Really good. And the bok choy is still quite crunchy. Pleasantly surprised by that. I'm just remembering yesterday I forgot to add butter to the lentil leftovers, and I said to myself, when I reheat it, I'll add butter, and I forgot. It's still tasty, and I just got a nice taste of salt there with it. Well, that's pretty tasty. You know, my meal is nice and warm and earthy tasting, and the colors are all like earth tones. But when I look outside, it's like December 24th, the night before Christmas, kind of snowing and blowing out there right now. So I haven't been giving you your zoom ins. Here's your zoom in. And I want to thank you so much for joining me today on Cooking with Gina. My name is Gina Virginia Casella. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm getting close to 300 subscribers, so let's hit that 300 mark. Let folks know, share my videos, let me know which video is your favorite and why. If you notice that I'm using anything that's not vegan, let me know a substitute, and I'm always looking for milk, cheese ingredients, egg substitutes. Let me know in the comments, please. And I feel like there's something else I had to say, but I don't. This is just a short one today. So thank you so much again for joining me on Cooking with Gina. Cooking is something that brings me joy, and it's always come naturally to me. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gina Virginia Casella. I'd love for you to join my Dragon Dreams Facebook group, and on Amazon.ca, that's where you can purchase a copy of one of my books from the Dragon Dream series. You can download it on Kindle, and I also, you can listen to it for free on YouTube at Gina Virginia Casella of yours truly reading from the book. So from all of the books, I actually was reading, there's like more than 100 page chapter in book book 6 that I read, and my microphone wasn't on. And I thought, ooh, there's some kind of contrast going on there. That was about a week ago. I had a poor attitude about it. I had to let it go, but I will be re-recording it, and I might even just end up reading it live just to, I don't know, like just to suck it up. I'm doing this anyways, universe. I'm pushing through. I'm persevering. I want folks to hear what I have to say in those 100 pages. I don't want to see it as contrast. Anyways, I have a lot to say. I always do. And I'll end it there. So thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gina Virginia Casella. I'd love for you to join my Facebook group, Dragon Dreams. And don't forget to pick up a copy of one of my books on Amazon.ca. Till next time, see ya.